Today we're uncovering the incredible life-changing power of fasting. Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're diving deep into an extraordinary story that will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about faith and spiritual growth. We're talking about the incredible power of fasting, but before we begin this mind-bending journey, if you're ready to unlock profound spiritual insights, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Let's get started. Imagine this. You're living an ordinary life, working as a nurse in Phoenix, Arizona. Then one day everything changes. That was Katie Martinez. 3 people asked her in 1 week alone. Katie, what happened to you? Her coworkers, family, even neighbors noticed she was different, more alive. It all began on October 15th last year. With a 6-day fast, just water, extreme maybe, but Katie felt a divine pull as she described. Day 6 was rough. I was tired, a little shaky, but there was this weird peace I'd never felt before, like my prayers were sharper, more focused. This wasn't just skipping lunch, it was a deliberate act of seeking God, as Katie herself says. Most of my children don't understand the power they have. Tragedy struck on day 6, driving to her mom's. A drunk driver ran a red light, hitting her car at 50 mph. Her heart stopped. Doctors said she was gone, but in that moment, Katie experienced something profound. I felt more peaceful than I'd ever felt in my entire life. Then I started moving upward. She found herself in a tunnel of living light, a place of unimaginable beauty, colors that don't exist here, and music that resonated everywhere. She wasn't alone. Jesus appeared. His presence was overwhelming, pure love and power radiating from him in waves. Katie recounts he showed her thousands of golden threads stretching from earth to where she was. You see those? Jesus asked, those are people fasting and praying right now. Each thread represented someone seeking God through fasting. The brighter the thread, the purer the heart. Margaret in Ohio, on day 3 of her fast, praying for her grandson. Her thread pulsed brighter. Jesus explained, when you fast with the right heart, seeking me and my kingdom, you partner with heaven in ways you can't imagine. Katie saw her own 6-day fast had created a clearer, stronger connection between heaven and earth, like a muscle growing stronger. Then came the halls of time. She witnessed Moses receiving the 10 commandments during his 40-day fast. Seeing how it created space for God's glory, she saw Daniel pushing back dark spiritual forces through his fasting. Jesus revealed a crucial truth. The battles ahead can't be won through regular prayer alone, but the real revelation. When groups of believers fasted together, it created spiritual storms of power, shifting atmospheres over cities and nations. However, Jesus cautioned, not all fasting carries the same weight. Fasting for show or religious duty had little impact. But fasting with humility, repentance, and a pure desire to get closer to God created powerful spiritual dynamics. And here's the kicker, fasting actually changes our spiritual DNA. When we fast, our spiritual senses get upgraded. Extended periods of fasting create new spiritual pathways that let us operate with greater discernment and spiritual authority. Even after the fast is over, it's not about convincing God, it's about positioning yourself to partner with what He's already doing. When you fast, you tune your spiritual frequency to heaven's frequency. What followed was intense. Believers who fasted wore extra spiritual armor. Their prayers were precise spiritual weapons, but there was a warning. The enemy targets fasters because he knows their power. Each day of sincere fasting increased a believer's spiritual authority, like a promotion in heaven's army. Jesus called it a gift. Fasting positions you to carry greater authority, but the authority itself comes from me. Even worship during fasting carried a special fragrance in heaven, creating unique harmony with heaven's worship. The most moving part, Katie saw how fasting breaks dark chains, addictions, generational curses, oppression. Her own fast was preparing her to fight for her brother struggling with addiction, our fasting partners with his ongoing ministry of intercession. Jesus revealed, and this partnership brought him joy. It's not about earning my love, you already have that fully. It's about partnering with my purposes in deeper ways. Journeys through fasting built spiritual bridges. Highways for God's power, sometimes impacting generations. It cleared debris from wells of spiritual inheritance, restoring ancient springs, and it led to spiritual multiplication, affecting entire communities. The fruit might only be seen in eternity. Jesus emphasized spiritual timing. Fasting prepares us for what's coming, strengthening us before we even know we need it. We're entering times where understanding the power of fasting will be more important than ever, he commanded Katie. Tell them that I'm calling my church back to biblical fasting. As her heavenly experience faded, Jesus' final words echoed, remember. The power isn't in the fasting itself, the power is in me. Fasting positions you to partner with what I'm already wanting to do. Katie returned to her body in the hospital, a miracle, no brain damage, no lasting effects after being dead for over 17 minutes. 3 months later, another cardiac event, heart stopped for over 4 minutes again, she was transported back. This time Jesus was like a friend, sharing a secret. She saw lives changing, addictions breaking, healing happening. All through prayer and fasting, the intimate moments between people and Jesus during their fasts touched her most. Each sacrifice created space for deep communion. She saw how applying these truths created ripple effects, impacting generations and creating waves of revival. The days ahead, Jesus said, will require my people to walk in levels of spiritual authority they've never known before. Corporate fasting was creating a new spiritual dynamic, pushing back darkness. Jesus' message was clear. He's calling his church back to biblical fasting. Not as a duty, but as preparation for the greatest outpouring of his Spirit. It's about positioning ourselves to partner with God. The time is now. Jesus is calling, and he's waiting for his church to respond. This story isn't just about Katie Martinez. It's a powerful testament to the transformative, life-altering potential of biblical fasting. It's an invitation to partner with heaven. If this story has impacted you, please subscribe and like this video, share this message, and let's embrace the power of fasting together.